Hey guys, V from Sharkfin Shears here. Thank you for tuning in to today's class where we're going to be doing a live haircut, bringing you tricks and tips that you can take this week and use behind the chair. I suggest taking one or two of these tricks, trying them out on a client this week, see how they work out for you. Have fun with it. We're going to have fun in today's class. And be sure to tune in every Monday or check out the YouTube channel so you can see the recordings as well. If you're in today's class, please stay tuned to the end. I want to give you a promo code that you can use on the website to shop around that'll help you out when purchasing a pair of shears. Sharkfin is dedicated to bringing education on the tools that you're going to be using behind the chair. I'll talk specifically about the shear that I use and why I like it. And I just want to let you know, again, before we get started, that Sharkfin has a shear for everybody, whether you're looking for a swivel or a non-swivel, a 5.5-inch shear up to a 7, and the different type of blending shears that we offer as well. There's something out there for everybody, and I want to make sure that you have the tool that you're comfortable with in your hand when you're working behind the chair all day. So again, stay tuned until the end. Thank you for tuning in today. And if there's anything in the future that you would like to see, hit us up on Instagram at Sharkfin Shears and let us know what you want to learn about. Let's get started.
Smile, Cody. You're on TV, bro, or YouTube. Hey, guys. Welcome to another Monday. Got my man Cody in the chair. Thank you for being here today.
Of course.
Another exciting class for you guys. Going to go over a few different topics than we have before. Let's see if you guys can check out this beautiful cowlick in the back today that we're going to tackle and talk about right there. Oh, yeah. Hair's already popping and everything. So if you're just joining us today, we're starting from the rip. Every Monday, bringing you guys different tricks and tips you can use behind the chair. We go over full haircuts, and then you guys can find the nuggets and the gems in between for where you're at. So today we got Cody. We're going to start with our consultation, and he's going to share a little bit about his hair, what he looks for. I'm already looking at a few things. We'll talk about that. And I have never cut Cody's hair before, so you guys are going to see firsthand how this is coming out. I've talked relentlessly on Mondays about a target. Consultation is extremely important to hit the target for the client. And then I would plan on seeing Cody 2 or 3 more times to keep getting closer and closer to that bullseye for the perfect haircut for him. But for our clients, the first 1 or 2 times, man, they just want that target hit and they're looking for maybe 2 things fully out of the haircut, and the rest is up to you. All right? So, Cody, thanks again for being here today. You're going to be in the chair for about 45 minutes. Don't forget to smile. We'll be interacting and all that stuff. So
very good.
You can treat it like you're in the shop a little bit. So give me the lowdown. When was your last haircut?
About a month ago, actually. 4 weeks.
Is that typical?
Nowadays, yes.
Yeah.
I usually go about a month.
Okay. What were you doing before?
I was like a 2-week man, 1 week every.
Yeah.
When I was in school, it was religious every day.
And then what happened?
Grew up. Yeah,
work.
I got lazy and work. Yeah. Just finding the time.
So this is it. This is the outcome of 4 weeks here. The beard, scruff, the hair, and everything. So have you? So what are you looking to do then? If you're getting a haircut once a month, what's been?
Usually try and go as short as I can on the sides at least, because this grows like really fast.
Okay.
So I try and get to like almost skin with that, like a one, and then the top I just do a natural part, kind of no hard part really, and yeah, it's usually about what I look for.
And is this the style every day?
Yes.
Okay. Even at a minimum, just waking up real quick, everything's getting brushed over.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's trained at this point, so it's, fairly simple.
Yeah.
If I go the other way to try a different style, it doesn't really work.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to switch it up, you'd kind of have to.
I'd have to come see you.
Work towards that.
Work towards it.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. I want to point out a few things. So, one thing just for purposes for the class today, if you picked up on it, Cody said, I want to go as tight as I can. I kind of like a fade, maybe like a 1. That is 3 different things happening right there. So we need to we need to drill down on this. Okay, so a 1 is different than going as tight as we can. So I always start with the most extreme. So Cody, in your fade today, do you want to go as tight as your palm? Like, do you want it skin smooth?
That works.
Yeah?
As long as it's a faded in, yeah.
Okay, you want to go skin tight?
That works.
All right, and then so there's different heights to the fade. So do you want it low, down around the ear, and do you want to go mid?
About mid. I usually would like, yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere slightly above the ear.
All right, sweet, man. That's awesome. So
Works
we nailed
for me.
that down. We're going down smooth as the palm. We're going in mid. Now, you said you wear your hair like this
Yes,
all
I was
the time.
vague on the length.
No. Well, let me ask you this first. That's good. I have an idea of length. I will get there. But the style-wise, so I want to point out to our students today, this haircut grew in really nice. Whoever cut it, kudos. Good job. This looks good. The thing that I talk about clients with a haircut like this pushed over, we can do it one of two ways. If I cut it to style, and that's kind of my own term, what I want to point out is this side is not blended. All right. So we got a lot of hang time over on the left side. Now, I do typically see this with clients coming in with haircuts like this, and the barber will leave the side where the hair is being pushed over from long so that it can reach and come over. Have you ever noticed that, or has that ever bothered you that it's a lot longer on the left side?
Not so much, also because of that cowlick we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It kind of, I can't go super short with it, otherwise it just ends up sticking straight up.
Okay.
So definitely, that's something I usually tell the barbers. I'd like it a little longer just because it lays a lot nicer.
Okay.
Gel only does so much. Especially
especially with a cowlick or
yes, usually fighting me.
problematic areas and stuff. Okay. Now the top here up by the part is very short. Do you like that as short as can be? Do you want to see a little bit more hair hanging there?
I prefer, I mean, it looks great when it's long, or I leave it long, but I usually cut it straight just because that grows very fast.
Okay, so and then it's no maintenance for you. Like
More or
this
less.
is like wake up,
Yeah.
run my hands through. If I'm in a hurry, if you put product in, it looks even better.
Exactly.
All right, cool, man. Well, I think I got enough. I always ask everybody, I've never cut your hair before, do you have any moles on your head that I need to know about for the clipper?
Nope.
Like on the sides,
Nope.
the back. All right, cool. It's always helpful. And then we'll talk about the beard a little later.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. But you're looking to maybe trim that up a little bit.
Yeah, we can dress it up.
How about the length? Are you digging like the fullness and the length? Do you normally wear it down towards the face, like tighter to the face?
Usually tighter to the face, but honestly, I've been growing it out, so I'd probably end up leaving it. Just a nice trim would be pretty good, honestly.
Okay.
The length is good. You're
So
right.
carrying out winter, like
Yeah.
winter a little bit more? All right.
Yeah, even though spring is here.
Almost, man. All right, Des, can you punch in a little bit here and then...
If he steps out of focus, you don't change the focus on the iPad.
I'm not going to touch it. Lean forward just a little bit. There we go. Okay. I just want to point out one thing. So it's been 4 weeks. We got a great idea of the haircut. I'm looking at this side here. I can see exactly where the blend has taken place. So we talk about sectioning out the head when we're starting the haircut. If you're at a point where you can start to see where the blend is, you can skip that step. When you have a haircut like this where it's a maintenance cut, sectioning off the top and the bottom for somebody when it's been 6, 8, 10, whatever weeks, and you can't really see where that blend started to happen, but I can really clearly see for his hair what we're going to be doing, but I'll separate that real quick just to show you guys. So add a little bit of water. All right, we're going to clear out, start our fade like normal. And then while I'm doing that, you did mention that I have an idea of the length on top, especially since it's only been 4 weeks. But were you going to add something, or did you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to clarify. You didn't have to go crazy on it.
Yeah,
It's
you're
definitely just needs a light trim, really.
yeah, you're kind of. I call this a maintenance cut. If you're every 3 or
Oh,
4
yeah.
weeks, we're like trimming the top and then really taking the majority off the side, especially with the skin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna protect the cowlick area. So I'll show you where we're gonna blend. Yeah, that's art, man. That is wild. Cool. I mean, we'll deal with it, but that is pretty crazy. It's always fun working with new hair patterns on people.
What is a cowlick?
I see my clients so often. I'm like so used to their patterns and everything. So okay, so I love this question. This is one of my favorite questions in school. All right, I'm gonna clear this out with a closed 3 adjustable clip, just so you guys know. Okay, let's talk about that. You can punch out a little bit, Des. Thanks. What is a cowlick? So everybody has a swirl. Typically, the swirl is somewhere located in the crown. Chin up for me, Cody. So Cody swirls right here. That's the swirl point. Hair grows clockwise. Hair grows clockwise. That's why the swirl looks like a clock. Okay. A cowlick is 2 different growth patterns meeting at the same point and then crashing, and it causes the hair to like spike up.
Almost like waves.
Yeah. Okay. So when someone says some clients will come in and they'll say, "Man, I got this crazy cowlick here." What I've noticed is it's probably a swirl, but they're combing their hair in the opposite direction. If you comb hair outside of the growth direction, like the pattern, then it'll stick up. So that'll help in some areas, like the bang area when you're trying to get volume. If someone's hair lays to the right and you comb it to the left first and then up, and I'll show you that in today's class if you guys can kindly remind me on that one, then you'll get volume. If you do it where in an area that you don't want volume, then the hair's gonna be high or like just stick up. So that's cowlicks and swirls and growth patterns. When you're cutting somebody's hair for the first time, it's good to analyze the growth pattern. So right now, I got my clipper turned on a slight angle to go against the grain. If I were to go straight up and the hair's growing this way, I'm actually gonna bend the hair more than actually cut it to the desired length. And these are all little details that when you pay attention to and pick up on for the first time in somebody's hair, you'll hit that target actually more quicker. Okay, and then let's talk about this. I got something happening here. The blend here on the left side is slightly higher. And then I'm gonna dip behind the ear so that the blend between the crown and the back is lower, so the hair in the crown can be longer because we need length for these for the cowlicks in here. So we're gonna pay attention to that. So the connection between the sides and back, we're dipping a little bit more to keep the desired look and protect that cowlick. Cool. All right, to clear for the fade. So I cleared with the 3. That's going to help my connection separate the top and bottom. So we'll connect that later. We're working from left to right. on the connection at the bottom. I got a 1.5 on, and we're gonna clear the rest of the hair out for the fade. Following the same shape. Flicking hard at the top. So what's going on in your world, Cody?
Work. My car, honestly, that's been sucking up a lot of my time recently.
Are you a car enthusiast?
Definitely, as a little DIY kind of guy.
Okay. So what do you got? What do you got working on right now?
Currently, I have a 90s Miata that I decided to turbocharge. Mostly due to the fact that it only made like 90 horsepower. It was a struggle getting on the highway.
That's what it was at?
Yeah.
So what do you have it tuned to now?
Now it's doing like 250, 260.
You went from 90 to 250?
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't sound like a lot, but the car only weighs like 2,000 pounds.
No, well.
So it's got some get up for sure.
No, that sounds, I mean, that jump sounds like a lot.
Yeah, no, it was a night and day improvement. It was definitely worthwhile. Like I said, it was almost dangerous merging on the highway. You'd be like max gear and just foot to the floor, and you're still barely doing highway speeds.
Jeez.
Yeah, I never took on the highway. Now I do. It's a little safer.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna chime in here. We're gonna do an A, a B, connect it, A on the other side, connect it. If you're struggling with skin fades, this is the easiest way to kind of learn how to put a line in. We're gonna go mid, so we're gonna be somewhere around Cody's point, and then we're gonna drop it I'm gonna put it right at the occipital bone or like dead center in the back, all right? So we'll start with this.
Was it a 1.8?
It's actually a 1.6. Yeah, it's the one that everyone dogs on. But I tell you what, it's definitely the most reliable one out of the bunch.
Chin down just a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely got a lot of resistance from people I talked to about that for using the smaller engine, but it's what was already in there.
Chin open.
I want to have to make that.
So how long you been working on this car for?
It's almost a year now. I'm actually like finally squared off with it. It's pretty good, but I've done all the tuning myself and I'm definitely a novice. So I plan on taking it down to one of the speed shops around here. Have them actually put it on a dyno and do a professional tune.
Okay.
It would definitely benefit. And maybe not grenade. There's always the possibility of blowing the engine up. I don't know squat about tuning.
I used to be a Subaru on this, so
Nice. Yeah, I had me a bug eye.
did it?
Yeah, it was a WRX wagon. 03. That was a fun car. It's definitely unique having the wagon.
Cool. So we're gonna bring up this left side just a little bit. Make it nice and even. What color is the Miata?
Bright red.
Of course. They're all gonna see you coming.
Yep. Unfortunately, I haven't had any issues with the police. I know red cars tend to be the ones that always get hit the hardest.
Yeah.
I think I've only been pulled over once or twice now.
All right, so I went in with my closed, that was a 0 gap magic clip. So now I'm going in with the trimmer. Sometimes I'll punch a line in with my zero gap clipper, and then go in with the trimmer underneath. I found that it saves me time with blending for first-time clients. I also like to point out, I've talked about this before, with beards, wherever the ear connects to the head for a client, that's where I try to leave the beard line. That gives me plenty of room for tapering, and I don't have to worry about anything later. I see too many people, when they go to put their fade line in, you can see where my line is, and I started right at that area, that reference point, and worked my way up. Too many people start in that sideburn area, they blow it out, and they really put themselves in a bind for when they go to blend the beard. The back is going to be the most dense area, so I'm going to leave a little bit more room between my trimmer and my closed no guard. The back of the head is also longer than the side, so we can have more room to create a nice fade. We're going to just stretch it ever so slightly to help.
So you don't want to run these?
Not yet. So you got any next steps for the car then, like for where it's at now, and saving for anything, like money-wise? Or?
Well, that's the best part about this one too, is it's very budget friendly. eBay was my sponsor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm surprised with the turbo and everything. It's definitely holding up really well.
Nice.
Definitely lacking a little performance here and there if I had spent the money, but just a little hobby. I wasn't gonna go super crazy on it. But next step is to get some fueling situated and then take it to a speed shop. That way they can final tune everything and get it running right like a normal car. So it has some starting issues here and there. But overall, it's not too bad for my own work.
Nice, man.
Did you know your best?
Do you have it here today?
Yes, I do have it here. Sorry, the clipper was in my ear.
No, that's cool. All right, so we're going to go out for a ride in the Miata after this haircut.
Yeah, we're going to throw the tops down and ride in the sunset.
Love it.
Yeah, that car is funny though. I didn't even want it. I actually pulled it out of a field. Somebody just left it and my friend kind of like forced me to buy it. It's like, you gotta do it. It's like, you're the only one that can actually fix it. I was like, okay, whatever. It was only $900, so that also helped.
That's
Going into it, I knew no idea about those cars either, and they actually are kind of worth, they're not worth like a lot of money, but I definitely could have made some money right off the get if I sold it. But I ended up having my own way with it.
yeah.
But it's grown on me.
That's all.
It's always been kind of like a chick car to me.
Yeah.
But now I have one, and I'm that guy driving. I had my truck for the other days though, so if I need to
All right, good. So it's
assert some dominance.
it's balanced out.
Yeah. No, I have an interesting lineup at home. That's for sure.
Nice.
How many cars do you have?
Only those two right now. I had another car. It was another 90s crapper. It was a Corolla. That was a great car though. That was super reliable. But I have the Harley at home. So quite a mashup of vehicles. But Japanese cars have always had a little place in my heart. Mostly because they're cheap.
Nice. Anything else you do in your spare time?
Hang out with my fiance quite often. She recently got a dog, so we've been spending a lot of time with that too. Just going to dog parks, walking, spending time out in nature and stuff like that.
All right, let's define a dog. Is the dog going to grow up to be heavier than 30 pounds?
Yes, it's already over that. Yeah, fortunately, she's not a lap dog kind of person. Even though this one's a big baby, it would totally pass as a lap dog.
Yeah, no, I'm just
But-
being funny. What's the What's the dog?
We're gonna get a DNA tested because we rescued it and we weren't sure. Or I mean, they told us, but now that she's like grown up, it kind of doesn't really resemble that. But they told us a Great Pyrenees and Husky. So she's definitely got the Pyrenees in her because she's got like fur almost, you know, long hair, fluffy tail. But besides that, she almost looks like a shepherd. She's got the typical golden shepherd with you know, the black accents. So we have a feeling it's probably Pyrenees and Husky. Sorry, German Shepherd. She's definitely a mutt though, you know. We rescued her, so I'm sure she's probably got like 4 dominant traits in her.
Yeah.
But it's been super easy, honestly.
She come from the south?
Yes, like Midwest.
Yeah.
Not
I know
quite southern.
A year or two ago, there was so many dogs coming from the south being rescued out of like Tennessee.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think
The
she did
Carolinas
come
and
from
stuff.
Tennessee. Yeah, it's still south. Yeah, there's so many dogs out there. That's where almost all of ours come from, really. Rescues, at least.
All right, let's give a quick update. So working around the head with the open no guard. Been working in panels. The panels help keep me focused. So many people and students bounce around with their haircut. I find that to be very inefficient in getting the haircut done and really impede consistency. So right here, you can see, here's the guide. So that allows me to go forward, keeping the fade at the level I want. This is my, whatever you want to call it, this is a boundary line. So I'm up, clearing up, and then lever playing down. I put my fade line in with the closed no guard, so once this is shut, I know I'm back to where I was. So in here, I had about a pinky width of room playing around with this fade. And so far, I like fading Cody's hair. So right side and back are good. Let's see what the left side does. So I'm going to connect this down to that guide. Remember, up from the front of the ear, the hair fades a lot easier. It's less dense than the back. We got good pressure, small quick strokes, listening for that cut, and then flicking out for that to soften that top area to blend into the half guard. All right, Cody, so my goal is when you're at home working on the Miata, and for being here with this class, if somebody needs a haircut, you'd be able to do that too, okay?
I hope so.
So that's the goal.
Might need a couple more lectures.
Oh,
I'll
well,
be
check out my
ready.
YouTube channel.
I'll be on the YouTube then. Next, I'll be cutting Vinny's hair.
Let's get it.
What not to do. We'll outline
We
it.
should definitely have a segment on what not to do. I'll just have people who have never cut hair before come on and do a whole blooper segment.
So let me do a fade, man. I've been watching videos for so long.
Honestly, you might be onto something.
Let's film it.
Might be
People
onto
would
something.
probably rather watch that than me talk about how to actually give a haircut. That's the funny part.
See Des fade.
Call it Bad Hair Day.
Bad Hair Day channel, and people just, oh my gosh, that's 60,000, 100,000 views right there. All right, let's talk about this real quick. At this point, this is what the haircut should look like. If you don't have a vision of the end of your haircuts yet, you haven't done enough haircuts to have a vision in your head of a final result. We have the open no guard, everything from there down, skinned out, down to the foil shaver. We have unpolished transition area, this is where I find a lot of students get lost, or first time cutters. They just see this they just see that this is not done, and the haircut doesn't look good. Yeah, we got to connect everything, okay? So please pay attention to that when you're in your haircut. It's not step 1, 2, and 3 don't finish the haircut. It's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? So just keep that in mind as you work towards that final result. All right, same technique, different length. We're going to go in with the half guard. I'm going to go up a little bit. This is where this is the technique that I teach and show. I'm going to keep the clipper at an angle where the blade is flat on the head and I have an easier time coming off. If I bring the back end of the clipper up, I'm going to be digging, and that's more when I'm actually trying to fade or lever play. For right now, because I'm going to be using this clipper attachment to blend, I'm going to leave it a little bit more on the flatter side, so then I can go up and off a little bit. All right, so a little bit of a tip there. And this is a guard skip. So as much as I can skip the 1 into the 1.5, that would be the best case scenario. If we have to throw the 1 on a little bit, that's fine too. So pay attention to where we're starting. Low. Get this ear out of the way. What?
iPad.
That's fine. We're good though?
I don't know if it's still recording.
What's that?
I don't know if it's still recording.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. What happened?
The iPad disconnected.
What? And then that messed up the feed?
Yeah. We're trying to reconnect. Looks like a couple feet off the end.
Huh? All right, so some of these dark spots right up here. Now I have an open 1. I'm gonna clear a little bit of hair with the 1. Being careful not to go up too high. Really liking the way this transition's coming out. Cool. We back, Des? We're good?
Sure. I'm sending you a text about when the feed cut. So.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So let's pick a comb that's going to give me some contrast for Cody's hair. I'm trying to find some dark spots where using the blending shear will help the light to dark transition. His hair stays very dark. All right, so we have a couple factors when we're cutting. Dark hair on such a light scalp, it's going to show so much more of the density. So breaking it up to help make things look consistent. Is one of the difficulties. So this to me would be hit the target, and then as I learn Cody's hair and do the same fade on them, and I see where the pockets are and what happens with different clippers, that's when I would adjust. That's some things I would adjust for the next haircut potentially. So if I'm hitting that target, I'm good. Don't want to mess around too much with it. And then second and third haircut, I'll tweak a little bit. I'm putting back on a 2. I cleared with the 3. I think that brought it back together nice. Comments, Des? How we looking?
Looks good.
Cool.
He looks really, really good. Okay. Well,
All right, we're gonna keep the outline super natural for him. Sweet. So that gave me the blueprint for the rest of the cut. Let's finish this bad boy out. All right, back to the half guard. This is where I can really use head shape, like I was saying, with the clipper at the right angle. The head's changing shape a lot in the back with the skull structure and the nooks and crannies. So I find that flat spot and then just floating up a little bit. That gives me enough room to blend down and not destroy the fade. If this hair up here is bothering you, you can pull it out of the way. That's where a lot of people kind of get caught up as well. Let's remove some more hair from the top. I'm not worried about this right now. We'll bring it back down. I know what I want to keep long now, so. There we go. That's more manageable. So now I know exactly like where I'm blending. And then this hair, this is the first section of the blend. I'll connect that to the top and more internal. All right, so we just click down a little bit for the blend. Connect into that open no guard. I like to be as detailed as possible when I'm teaching, because if Cody came into the shop, this haircut's going to take a little longer with explaining it. This is a 30-minute haircut, and I'm trying to achieve this result. And not only, like, it's technically not 30 minutes, it's actually 20, 25. Because I have a several minute consultation, especially on the first go. And I need to ring them out and book them back in. So that half-hour time slot, to actually cut hair, you're looking at 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's why it's extremely important to have a system, stick to the system, learn it, do it. Then as you're getting desired outcomes, you can start to tweak stuff, break rules, whatever. The rules and the structure of a haircut teach you what to look for, give you a system to follow so you don't get lost, help you work on clipper control and tool control, the things that are going to really help you be consistent and progress your haircuts. Got to follow a structure to break a structure. It's the laws of the land. I just put the previous clipper was the 2. This is the 1, just buffing out some of these areas. Let's see how polished we can get this bad boy. Chin down slightly. Cool. So just attacking this dark spot, dead center, very dense. So we're just going to break this up a little bit so that we have consistency left to right and up and down. One thing I'll talk to my students about is the eye test. So when I'm finishing up a haircut, now you'll have to try this, and this is when you'll be looking in the mirror. If you look in the mirror at a haircut and your eye does not stop dead at one specific spot, it's passing the eye test. If you look at something and boom, your eye fixates and it can't really move around, that's when you need to go in and do some polish work. So right now the technique that we're using on Cody's hair is I got my 40 blending shears, tight side of the comb, a lot of pressure on the head to pick up the hair. Depending on the length, you may need to switch to a taper comb. And just attacking these dark spots. If I didn't put my structure in to start, I find it harder to know where to polish. So that's why I stick with a structure. Pretty much do almost the same thing on everybody. And then as I watch their hair react, the things that come into play, the density, the texture, the color, then I know what technique I need to use to polish it for them specifically. We are almost done the side. Favorite comment from clients: I thought y'all just picked up the hair and cut it. Actually, cutting hair is not hard. Just pick it up and cut it. Creating a consistent look, that's when it gets difficult. All right, interesting. So this side does not have the same dark spots. It actually lightens up quicker. So I want to be mindful on this side to not blow out the fade. Yeah, your hair's a doozy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody loves cutting my hair.
Jeez. That's always the risk. I see Cody, I'm like, yo, man, you want a haircut? You want to be a model?
You don't want it.
Never cut his hair before, and I'm like, shoot. But, hey, man, this is what I like.
Yeah, it's good for
let's
lesson.
figure it out, man, you know?
It's good for the lesson. Yeah, my hair is definitely interesting. I've had a lot of people comment that. It's mostly the Cowlicks I get them, especially the one on the back.
Well, fading this right side it lightens up a lot quicker. So let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one yet.
All right, so here's the one. Open, just testing the hair, trying to get rid of these, trying to keep this fade protected.
That's good.
Yeah, I can blow out like real quick, man. Real quick. Looks good.
Yeah, it was like half the time as the other side.
That's what's crazy. Like, less is more, man. If I would have done the same thing on this side as the other one, like the exact same thing, this would have just, everything would have just disappeared. This can happen with clients' hair. I find side to side to be different for clients. This is pretty dramatic. So, but something to look for. Now, how do I know this? Because I've done it before. So, excuse me. Sorry. Years ago, if Cody would have sat in my chair, I would have done the same thing on both sides. And this side would have been completely blown out. It would not have looked the same. And I was like, what the heck? I did the same thing. Why does this not look consistent? It's very frustrating. And that's why. It's just the hair changed from side to side. So I'm going to use much more of a picking technique on this side to create this light to dark. You a sports guy, Cody?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's always got the clipper in my ear. I can't hear you. No, not really. I enjoy watching like the Flyers and baseball.
You see the Super Bowl?
I did watch the Super Bowl, yes. My nephew is a nut. He's turning 10 in this. Well, he's 9 right now. But anyway, he plays for the Lansdale Cannoneers. Yeah, he's like really into it. He's good too.
Oh, you can't say Lansdale, bro. We're in an undisclosed area.
I didn't say it. Did you think Travis Kelce's gonna be cutting your hair today?
You still think I got that look going?
Bro, all day. I can't see it.
It is slightly similar.
Stop, bro.
I don't know. I'd have to put them side by side.
All right, let's go to the top. Then we'll do our transition. Crazy.
Got me giggling.
All right, so the top. Let's see here. Do you wear it slightly? You wear it to this back and to the side.
Yeah, it's a backside motion. Like only the front really goes back, but then it folds over. The rest of it's just across. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of work with the cowlick because that one side likes to pick up the hair, so it just works out.
Well, the cowlick does kind of like to go, like slightly back into the side. So that's kind of nice. That fits that. All right. Once we cut the top, that'll tell us what we're gonna do in our transition area. So let's start at the top. It's been 4 weeks. We don't need to take that much off. I'm going to start on this left side. Now this side, we're going to pick up square. We're going to leave it square. And then I'm going to show you how to polish it. If I leave it, and we'll see the difference here. Yeah, slice haircut was good, man. So that's squared off here. And you can see this is on the lower part of his head, so you can see how long that hair is on the left side here. And then towards the middle of my finger, it's going to be shorter. That's cut well to give him the desired look. So what I would do to finish that is I would take this hair on the left side and I would pull it out on that 90 ever so slightly, and we would just cut that end off. That would keep the length and just layer it ever so slightly. More a technical aspect. Cody's never going to see it. He might not notice it that much, but for my purposes, that's what I would do. All right, start on this left side. It's been a month, so we're going to take about a 1/4 inch off. Once we get that first cut, moving back, I got my guide in front. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Move to the center. Guide's coming right here. What I find with most people with top cutting, they do not use enough tension in their fingers with holding the hair. And then let me show you what I'm doing in the back. Back's going to be straight up like this to maintain the length. Same idea that we're doing on that left side. So I'm not going to pull the hair out and back. I'm going to go straight up. That'll keep the hair slightly longer. Okay. If we put the comb on the head, we can see where that's starting to leave. So we're going to start to angle down. You like that? So keeping enough of the guide from the previous cut here, and then following that slight angle. As you can tell, we're not cutting that much off. That's fine. This is good to start. I want to take care of the problematic areas, but also have this haircut last for Cody over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Now I'm going to follow off on a slight angle. This will remove some of the hair in the area we're going to blend, go back in and blend. There's that slight triangle. That's how I know I'm connecting, when I'm cutting hair in the middle. So I'm always looking for that connection point. That tells me I have the right angle for the hair, or right angle for the cut and enough hair.
Cody, where your tux at, bro? Please, you want a tux right now.
He's going to need a tux. We didn't even do the beard yet, dude. We didn't even do the beard.
Yeah, I should have dressed up pretty for you guys.
All right. Quick cross check. Where we at time wise, those?
Clock right there. She's like 30. I can't.
Sorry, what did you say?
54.
Okay.
Maybe when we cut with the.
Oh man, I got some new stuff coming, but right now I'm still rocking with the 6 1/4 double shark fin. Still I love this. I love this shear, man. I got the hair slightly damp right now. I cut dry, cut damp. It's awesome. I love the size. It allows me to work in like slightly bigger sections, but also when I got to get detail oriented. Okay, right here. So here's my thing. I'm not cutting anything off of the bang. See how the bang is sitting that short like that? So I'm gonna extend all the way up till my fingers are almost parallel and square. I'm gonna connect it here. But what I typically do for for bang length, the bang is the lowest part of the head. So we need it to actually be longer, slightly longer here, so that it matches the top of the head. All right. If not, it'll sit slightly shorter. It'll impede styling. And what I call it, the result is a Hershey kiss, because the hair kind of comes up short, so the back here kind of like comes up to a peak, but I want this hair in the front to sit flush with the hair behind it. Oh, would you look at that? So when the hair, when that front hair, see this hair now is sitting. Go forward for me slightly. The hair, the bang area is now sitting and blending with the top, as opposed to if the bang is cut short. See, this is the Hershey kiss effect. Can you guys see that? Let me see. Okay, look at can you see that at all, Des? How this hair is sitting shorter, and then this hair in the back is kind of puffed up.
Just down a little bit.
We'll see it from here. There we go. Look at that. So if the bang is cut shorter and then it's not level with the top of the head, you'll get this extra shape in there. I don't want that.
Shark fin.
Well, we want shark fins, but... Okay, so we want a more consistent silhouette. And you'll get that with a cross check from the top, working your way out to the front of the bang.
Is it like an issue of weight?
No, length. So what I tend to see is the apex, the top of the head is the tallest point. So as people move, they'll take their guide here, and as they move back, when they put their fingers on the head, they rise up higher because this part's naturally higher. Okay, you have to follow your true guide to get the bang to be level with the top. Okay, if you want to do a short to long, all right, you can do that, and you'll still get the same result. But what I find is people leave this area longer, this shorter, and then it gives you a double shape. It gives you two shapes. So we go up, and then we go up again. So to fix that quickly, just do a cross check. And if the bang is shorter, then you got to go shorter in the back. Or like here, I'm not touching the bang. I'm going to connect it as much as I can, and then I'm going to let this grow in. And then next time Cody comes in, I know it'll be my work, and then I can go. Then I can just maintain it from there. It's not terrible. This was not, and again, like I said, whoever cut this last, the haircut was overall great. That's a common thing that I see. But did you ever notice it? What I'm talking about?
Yes, actually.
Oh, that really?
Slightly. I've seen it.
Okay.
Well, I've had some bad haircuts, and I folded it over, and I've seen the little hump there, and I was like, that's kind of odd. Never had that before.
Okay, so you've seen
that little Hershey kiss you're talking about. I've seen it before,
Okay,
especially
right.
in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my head shape or the cowlick or something, but I've definitely seen that.
Okay, got you. Well, there you go. So you should not see it on this cut.
Yeah, you guys train good people, though.
Yeah.
That's to cut my hair.
All right, we're going to blow dry this for polish work. And then as I'm blow drying, I'm actually doing another cross check. So I just blow dried that back. I blow dried that back, so I'm seeing any misshaping.
The whole head.
Huh?
My whole head.
Yeah, man. We're gonna make sure everything looks good.
I was saying it was misshapen.
Your whole head is misshapen.
Yeah. They used a plunger on me, man.
That's funny. Well, see, this is the beauty of cutting hair and cutting hair with the understanding that you're putting a shape on a shape. Is that if you do have a funny looking head, I can do some things to make it look better. You know? That's my job. Don't forget to smile. There we go.
Gotta keep me laughing.
We should talk about some more funnier stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not
we
really
need some
funny on this
jokes.
show, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty dry in the morning yet. I gotta wake up.
All right, let's finish this up. Man, this is looking good.
Heck yeah.
Looking good. All right,
Much needed.
cool. Punch in a little bit, Des.
Yeah, I need to start getting back on a schedule.
Yeah, man.
I used to be good with haircuts, but
Could you step to your right menu a little bit?
All right, while I'm doing this transition,
Turn towards the camera, please.
I'm finding. Like that?
Yeah, that's what you're focusing on.
Finding where I left off with the clipper, and then moving the comb up, and then I'm not really moving in, just following that plane that I'm cutting on and moving straight up to create that blend. So we're just finishing this off here. I would like to just share a few things. I talked about Cody's. I asked Cody his normal haircut schedule in the beginning. He used to be 2-3 weeks. Now he's 4 because of life. Now he's telling me, man, I really need to get back on the schedule. I've shared this before. If you're not pre-booking at the end of your haircut, you're at the mercy of your client doing it on their own. And I guarantee you, Cody's already telling us how busy he is. He works, he's got a hobby, he's got a fiance. He's not thinking about a haircut when he leaves here. Your customer service, part of your customer service is knowing what your client needs and offering it to them. So this haircut, the fade, is going to last 2 weeks. The cut itself, growing in, 3 to 4. After that, everything we just created is completely gone. So for Cody to continue having the desired look, and for me to not have to completely recreate everything we did here today, I want him to come back in 3 or 4 weeks. If not, I have to go back, and then I get out of a maintenance cut, and I got to go back and do everything over again, which is more work for me. Which, if from earlier, doing a 20-minute haircut, that's not happening. Or I have to rush through certain things, or we're not going to get a lot of polish work done. So you got 3 jobs, or 3 parts to your job. We have to connect, give a quality haircut, and build a book. That's what puts consistent food on the table. Just doing the haircut isn't going to do it. And Cody's already telling me he wants to come back. He likes it, blah, blah, the whole 9. So seal the deal.
yeah, that is a good point to make. I've been plenty of barbershops and I've never been offered at the end. It's like, hey, you want to line up a schedule? I feel like it's gotten worse nowadays with online stuff. Or you can, like that Square book or something, or I forget what app it does that my barbershop was using.
Why wouldn't it get better though? I mean, I can literally.
I don't know. I mean, they're definitely very busy, so it's not like they're hungry for the work. But then again, at the same time, I can't really say that because the guy that's been cutting my hair is definitely he's not an amateur, but he's new. He's started in his career. I think he's only like 2 years in now.
Yeah, it's one thing to be at a busy barber shop and all that stuff. It's another thing to have a clientele that's consistent for you, and
you should be building that book.
Oh man, yeah.
I'd argue that's even half of the haircut business, really.
Well, okay, so when a new student comes in, my first thing is I ask them if they like people. I'm just like, dude, do you like people? You know, if you want to be successful, and you want to make this like a career behind the chair, you know, like day in, day out, career behind the chair, create a personal life, all that stuff. It's possible, you know, and know, you know, what money you're going to make consistently. You know, we're a service industry, man. If I'm not cutting hair, I'm not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure that I'm cutting hair. How do you make sure you're cutting hair? You got to build your clientele. And I've shared on here before that I was successful in building a book before I was like really good at cutting hair. And I still feel like I'm getting better at cutting hair. So
The currency of business is relationships.
dang, he dropping gems.
Yeah, look at that face.
All right, we are gonna debulk here. So there's so much hair coming from the left side, stacked from here to the middle, that we have the ability to come in and just remove a little bit of bulk there. There we go. I'll slightly change the shape, give the hair a little bit more movement. There we go. Cool. All right, so that's it. Cody, what are you thinking?
I think it looks awesome. Looks good.
Happy with that? Cowlicks are good.
Absolutely.
They're laying down nice for us.
Yeah, no, that back looks sharp.
Yeah, you can see it right
Nah,
there.
you did a good job with that.
You can see it there?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's great.
That's a difficult one to tackle for sure. I've had a lot of people cut my hair and they didn't like that.
Cool.
They were sitting there for a while playing with it.
Good. Happy to hear it.
Or didn't play with it and, like you said, rush through it, which is also kind of my fault too. Like I said, I go a month without getting a haircut and then they get stuck with a mop. They're like, yeah, I want this thing pristine.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So now you're talking about client expectations. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm an easy one. I've gotten, people have commented on it. Like, I would never be that lenient on my hair, but it grows back. So.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. I mean,
with that said, though, don't be giving botched haircuts because you will make someone upset.
Well, like you said, do the best you can.
Absolutely.
but he always tells, like, he always says,
You want to trim the eyebrows?
good haircut.
Yeah, if you feel like it. If not, don't worry about it.
He always says a good haircut is a haircut the client wants. And I was at a barber shop one time, and he knows great barbers. But I guess he just had his own like type of liberty with my hair, and I was like, he was like, hey, what do you want? I told him I wanted, and he did his own thing, and I was upset. Even though it was a clean haircut, and it looked clean, it was
Well, it's not your expectations.
It wasn't the haircut I wanted, and I was like, so I've actually never gone back to the barber shop.
It's funny, I did the same thing once. It wasn't mad or anything, but I told him, I was like, yeah, basically I told Vinny, and it was like a completely different haircut. And I was like, oh, now I gotta sit and wait for he cut a lot off the top too, so like I wasn't even able to part it the way I normally do.
I don't understand.
So that was kind of difficult.
I don't understand how people. So first of all, you sat in my chair. I could see what your last haircut was.
Oh, exactly.
I have to analyze it. Then I have to confirm that what I'm seeing is what you want. and then I got to get a little bit more detail to make sure that I punch in. I do not
Absolutely.
understand how barbers ask 2 questions and then start cutting hair. There's no way you're confident that you're giving the haircut the desired haircut. There's no way. Like, and then and then if you're trying to build a book, you're leaving it at the mercy of like the information that you have. And man, like we said earlier, like Cody's like, yeah, I get a fade, you know, like maybe a 1. This is nowhere near. If I gave him a 1, he'd be leaving like, what is this? Guarantee you. But he's not going to say anything because we don't say anything as consumers. So like.
But like you said with the palm though too, is like you clarify that, yeah, this is going to be skin, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've had that before too, where I wasn't expecting to be as short. And I was like, oh, I didn't really care for that, but oh well, you know?
But as consumers, here's what really separate when you ask questions like this and you're able to do it in a way that doesn't feel like an interrogation. Because when I first started out, I'm like, I'm like popping, blah, blah, blah. I had a few people, they're like, yo, bro, you asked way too many questions. But I had to refine it.
Yeah, but clarity is everything, you know? Especially when it comes to
let me ask you this. Have you had, but you're sharing here that you haven't had that type of, like, has somebody cut your hair like this, first try, getting this close to like what you want?
Fortunately, at where I was getting my hair cut, there's the 2 guys there that actually nail it right off the get.
That makes sense.
And I'll tell them like 2 things, and I'm surprised.
Yeah.
But I've also been other places where I was very clear, and they jumped off ship and did something different.
Yeah.
You know, and that's always a disappointment. I mean, fortunately with me, like I'm not gonna get like upset. You know, I'll live with it. But you know, there is other people that would definitely make a stink or. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, man.
Which is understandable. I mean, it's what you're wearing on your head. So, I mean, everyone wants to look their best.
Glad you found a shop that is doing the things that really help people have a good haircut experience and get what they want. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't realize they can get what they want.
Absolutely.
Because that's the other thing. This is what the things that we're sharing here separate you as a barber. It's not even necessarily the technical haircut. It's the asking the questions and listening. And people are like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like, he actually asked me this. He asked me that. Like, he cares. So,
yeah, that's
anyway,
very important.
So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you learned something today. Cody,
thumbs up.
Thanks again for being out here, man. I'm going to do a few things to the beard. Nothing I haven't shown on like another class. So, with the class time where it's at now, we're going to pop off here. But, yeah, you're happy with everything?
Absolutely, it looks good.
Cool beans. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in today. If you want to see anything in the future, something more specific, reach out to us, education@sharkfinshears.com. DM us on sharkfinshears on Instagram. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you can take something this week to try on a client behind the chair. All right.